In the quiet halls of a Brazilian orphanage, the sound of children's laughter once echoed, but beneath the surface, a sinister secret lurked. Sister Edwiges, a nun revered for her devotion, harbored a dark obsession that would lead to unthinkable horrors. As the sun set on a fateful evening, the orphanage's walls bore witness to a ritual that would shock the nation and leave investigators baffled for years to come. Nestled in the heart of São Paulo, Brazil, the Santa Casa de Misericordia orphanage stood as a beacon of hope for abandoned children. For decades, it had been a safe haven, offering love and care to those who had none. Sister Edwiges, with her gentle smile and soft-spoken demeanor, was a favorite among the children. She had dedicated her life to serving God and caring for the orphans, earning the trust and admiration of the community. Little did they know that behind her pious exterior lay a twisted mind, consumed by religious fervor gone awry. The orphanage housed over 50 children, ranging from infants to teenagers. Many came from troubled backgrounds, their young lives already marred by tragedy and loss. Among them was Maria, a bright-eyed 8-year-old with a contagious laugh, and João, a quiet 12-year-old boy who found solace in books. These children, like so many others, looked to Sister Edwiges as a mother figure, unaware of the darkness that lurked within her soul. On the night of August 15, 1996, the orphanage fell silent. The usual sounds of children playing and staff bustling about were replaced by an eerie calm. As the clock struck midnight, Sister Edwiges began her unholy ritual. She moved through the dormitories, selecting 7 children, a number she believed held divine significance. Among them were Maria and João, confused and frightened as they were led to the orphanage's small chapel. The chapel, once a place of peace and prayer, became the stage for an unspeakable act. Sister Edwiges, her eyes wild with religious fervor, spoke of sacrifice and salvation. She claimed to have received a divine message instructing her to offer these innocent souls to cleanse the world of sin. The children, paralyzed with fear, could only watch as she prepared the altar with candles and strange symbols. One by one, Sister Edwiges took the children's lives, her actions a perverse mockery of Holy Communion. She whispered prayers as she committed each horrific act, believing she was doing God's work. The chapel, once sanctified, was now desecrated with the blood of innocents. As dawn broke, Sister Edwiges emerged from the chapel, her habit stained crimson, a serene smile on her face, the picture of madness cloaked in false piety. The discovery of the crime sent shockwaves through the community. Police were called to the orphanage when staff members, unable to locate the missing children, stumbled upon the gruesome scene in the chapel. Detective Carlos Oliveira, a seasoned investigator with the São Paulo police force, arrived at the scene, unprepared for the horror that awaited him. The sight of the small, lifeless bodies arranged in a circular pattern around the altar would haunt him for years to come. As the investigation unfolded, a complex web of clues and motives began to emerge. Sister Edwiges had vanished, leaving behind a trail of cryptic messages and religious paraphernalia. The orphanage staff, shocked and devastated, struggled to comprehend how someone they had known and trusted could commit such an atrocity. Detective Oliveira and his team combed through Sister Edwiges' personal belongings, uncovering journals filled with increasingly paranoid and fanatical writings. The search for Sister Edwiges became a nationwide manhunt. Sightings were reported across Brazil, from remote villages to bustling cities. Each lead was pursued with urgency, but the elusive nun seemed to have vanished into thin air. As weeks turned into months, the case captivated the public's attention, with theories and speculations running wild. Meanwhile, forensic psychologists delved into Sister Edwiges' past, trying to understand what could drive a woman of faith to commit such heinous acts. They uncovered a history of mental illness carefully concealed beneath her pious exterior. Interviews with former colleagues revealed subtle signs of instability that had gone unnoticed or ignored. The line between devotion and delusion had blurred, with tragic consequences. The investigation took an unexpected turn when a local shopkeeper came forward with crucial information. He recalled selling candles and other ritual items to a woman matching Sister Edvige's description just days before the murders. This new lead reignited the search, focusing on the areas surrounding the shop. Detective Oliveira felt they were close to a breakthrough, but the elusive nun continued to evade capture. As the investigation dragged on, the impact on the surviving orphans and the community became increasingly apparent. The orphanage, once a place of hope, now stood as a grim reminder of the tragedy. Survivors grappled with trauma and survivors' guilt, while the town struggled to reconcile their image of the kind-hearted nun with the monster she had become. Support groups formed, and counselors were brought in to help heal the deep wounds left by Sister Edvige's actions. Just as the case seemed to be going cold, a startling discovery was made in a remote monastery in the mountains of Minas Gerais. A novice nun, struck by the resemblance of a new arrival to the wanted posters of Sister Edvige's, alerted the authorities. Detective Oliveira and his team raced to the location, their hearts pounding with the possibility of finally bringing the killer to justice. The confrontation at the monastery was tense and surreal. Sister Edvige's, found kneeling in prayer, showed no resistance as she was apprehended. Her eyes, once filled with madness, now seemed vacant and lost. As she was led away, she muttered prayers and spoke of divine purpose, her mind still trapped in the delusion that had driven her to commit such atrocities. The trial of Sister Edvige's became a media sensation, drawing attention from around the world. The courtroom was a battleground of conflicting emotions, anger, grief, and a desperate search for understanding. Prosecutors painted a picture of a woman consumed by religious mania, while the defense argued for mental illness. Survivors and families of the victims gave heart-wrenching testimonies, their pain palpable to all present. As the verdict was read, a hush fell over the courtroom. Sister Edvige's was found guilty but mentally ill, sentenced to life in a high-security psychiatric facility. The judgment brought a measure of closure, but for many, the wounds were too deep to ever fully heal. The case of the Brazilian nun, who sacrificed orphans, would remain a dark chapter in the nation's history, a chilling reminder of the dangers of unchecked fanaticism and the vulnerability of those society is meant to protect. In the years that followed, the Santa Casa de Misericordia orphanage was closed and later demolished, unable to shake off the shadow of tragedy. A memorial garden now stands in its place, a quiet space for reflection and remembrance. The surviving children, now adults, continue to grapple with the trauma of that night, their lives forever altered by one woman's descent into madness. The case of Sister Edvige's serves as a haunting reminder of the complex nature of evil and the thin line between faith and fanaticism. It challenges our understanding of human nature and the capacity for darkness that can lurk within even the most seemingly virtuous individuals. As Brazil continues to heal from this tragedy, the story of the orphanage murders remains a somber, cautionary tale, urging vigilance and compassion in equal measure.